Alright, just getting started. 2023 archery mule deer hunt. First time chasing mule deer up here. First time actually hunting this unit at all. Up in the San Juan National Forest. Later in the week I'll probably be in the Weminuche Wilderness, but I'm not quite to the wilderness yet. Hike in here, spend a night, maybe two, just kind of acclimating here at about 9,000 feet. I've got an old burn from a couple years ago. Actually looks like a double burn. It burned 3 years ago, and then more like 20 years ago there was an older burn. So I'll sit on a ridge above that and glass into some of that, see if anything's feeding on it tonight, tomorrow morning, tomorrow night. And if I don't have any target bucks, I'll probably roll out of here, try to get a little higher elevation. But plan A for right now. Wish me luck. I figured get a few camp shots before I forget in the morning. Nice little spot here. Handy bow hook. Nice little flat spot in this open meadow. Sawed off old tree stumps that are making for nice benches. So, where's the bear bag? It's hanging down there. Might be able to see it between those trees. Go try afternoon, day one, heading out to glass. Got my spotter set up on a point here, so went back, got the rest of my pack. This is gonna be the perch for the night. Saddle down there. Looking across, it looks like just a black bear, cow elk tonight, no mule deer. It's kind of looking into the sun, so I'll get up and look at the same spot in the morning. If nothing's doing, I'm hopping out of here and heading up to the divide. Getting a little elevation. Well, back on the glassing knob Friday morning. See that in the background, got a nice moon still up. It was a good moonrise last night when I got back to my tent, but I was too tired to try to get any pictures. But, I didn't get that cold last night. It's still pretty warm now. So I'm probably only going to give this maybe till 8. If I don't turn up anything, I'm heading back to the truck and going to a different trailhead and getting some higher elevation. So, but we're here, so we're gonna give her a go. All right, checking that one off the list. Camp all packed up, heading out of here. It's only about 3 miles, I think, to camp, or to the truck. Not too bad. Parked at the truck, getting ready to hike in on the big push. I was hunting about 9,200 feet earlier, or glassing. Drove up here. I think I'm parked at about 10,000 now. And this trail ought to get up to, well, depending on where I stop, it'll get up to 12, but I don't know if I'll get all that way tonight. If I find a good spot, I'll stop early. I got 7 days of hunting starting tomorrow, so. Well, evening two's a bust. I think I'm getting cold. I'm gonna get out of here and get dinner before it gets dark, but nothing came out on all that green grass. All right, day 3. Full day too, I guess. Saturday morning, season opener. Slept in a little bit actually. I was exhausted, and the only thing I could glass was pretty much the same thing I glassed last night where I didn't see anything. So I'll wait till the sun to come up. Got my tent picked up. It's completely out of water, so I had to hope that this little cut had water in it. Lucky enough, it did. So I filled all my stuff, had a coffee, Cliff Bar for breakfast. I'm just going to still hunt my way through this draw, wrap around, get to where I can see some new territory. There's a lot of beetle killing here, and there's some sign, but not a lot, and still no mule deer, so see if we can change that today. That's a good view. It means I'm on top. Way down there. Now 1.5 miles north on the ridge, and I'll drop back off. See some new ground. We got a trail now. All right. A little bit of perspective. But that's the road. You can park right down there somewhere. Little beef broth things hit the spot. It's lunch. A little bit of beef broth and a honey star. A little bit here, we'll get the glass probably around 4. Well, this is a textbook basin, or so I've read. All that forbs at the top, north-facing slope, no people here. And no mule deer yet, so we gotta figure something out here one of these days. Well, up and over a new basin. Really not that far, it's just the next basin over. A lot of spread, scattered rocks, good green grass. Kind of like those rocks on that north-facing slope, look like they could be some bedding areas. I think I can move on without spending an evening looking over all this. Forgot to explain my hat. That's my t-shirt. It was all stinky from the last 3 days, so I found a spring, washed it off and wringed it out, and it was still a little wet. So it was hot on the climb up here, kind of. And I just put it on my head and it felt real good. And then when I got up here, it's good for flopping over the front and keeping the sun out of the peripheral when you're glassing. So that's just where I was looking at yesterday, so I just came up and over. I think I'm gonna put my tent right here. back on the perch for Sunday afternoon. I think it's about 3:30. Haven't looked out this basin yet, so about noon I looked down there. Coming up the draw, there's a hiker, looks like a hunter. He started taking this pass up here, so I went down and met him at the saddle. Was a guy by himself. He's probably 60. Had his camp on his back, and he'd been down there 2 or 3 nights already. Had an elk tag and a deer tag, and I think a bear tag, but he did say he saw 2 or 3 of them up here over the last couple days that were nice 4x4s, just not what he was looking for. And he said he wanted to come up here. He was hoping for a 30-incher, so I'm sure the 2 he passed I would be thrilled with. Or, well, didn't pass, but saw. So maybe I will see one. I need to see some game. It's pretty fun up here, but it doesn't quite feel like hunting just yet. Well, if I really, really wanted to take a bath, this would be the time to do it. Water's a little chilly, not too bad. Stopped down here to get some water, but oh, there it is. Where am I pointing? I don't know if you can see where I'm pointing or not, but that tallest little rock up there. That was my glassing knob for the last couple days, so I came down here. I had a choice to make whether I wanted to, I was looking at the map this morning, whether I wanted to walk out tonight, drive around to a different trailhead, and try something different for the rest of the week, since I still haven't seen anything. Although I saw, it was 4 bighorn sheep this morning, which is something. It was kind of exciting, but at first when I thought it was a muley, so it was a bit of a bummer. But I would have had to have driven, I wouldn't have to drive very far, but the other trailhead was only at 9,000 feet, or maybe not even. And to get to where I wanted to hunt would have put me at gaining 3,000 foot elevation, not to mention what it takes getting out of here. So that was definitely going to lose an evening. And I'm feeling a little bit better with the pack on. Legs are kind of getting in shape, but I just thought it probably wasn't worth it to just while I'm up here, explore around here. And it only takes one, so still waiting on that one. Hike. I got so excited I didn't even video. That's way too excited for a spike mule deer with his mom and sister. But I did see one right away. I went looking over that side, the rest of that side, and didn't see anything. So I'll let them go and pop over to this side. It's all north facing. Search those shadows. See if I can drum up a bedded buck. Alright, let's get a view of Lucky Camp 5. Hope it's lucky. It's the only camp I've seen a deer out of. Not a shooter, but got her set up before the afternoon thunder boomers rolled in, which these clouds have built every afternoon about 2. But I have yet to actually get any rain, so anyway, I'm not going to walk out over the peak, but you can get an idea of the view. Looking east, and then you jump over to the south here, kind of hidden back behind these rocks out of sight, but then you get all that to glass. So that ridgeline up there, that very tall peak, I was glassing on yesterday, but I couldn't see any of this backside, so it looks good.
Wave this time, wave again. Back to the center and swing. Back to the center and swing. Back to the center and swing.
Well, here I can glass this new hillside. There's a chance if something comes through the saddle down into this valley, I can possibly get a shot or duck behind here. I can play, but as much as I've been looking, miles and miles and miles of land, not seeing any. It's not looking good tonight, nothing. I'm definitely gonna get up in the morning and I guess I'll glass since I'm here, but I'm bailing out of here and I don't even think I'm gonna mess with the bushwhacking. I'm just gonna hit the top trail and go find a plan B. It's crazy. Pretty up here, but void of wildlife. I say I was getting out of here in the morning for sure. I might not even glass. I might try to get out of here as early as possible so I can get into a new spot to glass tomorrow night. Just think we're gonna get out of here without the famous jet boil scene. Little things to look forward to. Cooking in the tent tonight. There's no trees around to hang it, and I don't think I'm anywhere close to bears. Kind of looking forward to this one. Peak refuel, cheesy chicken and broccoli. All right, moment of truth. I have no idea where that's pointing. We'll see. It looks good. Give it a stir. A little extra stir. Get all the stuff on the bottom to the top. It smells good. Looks healthy. Let's see what we got. Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome. That might be a new favorite. Need to figure out what meadow or what unit that is. That's a cool area. Feels good to be back at the truck. It took a little longer than I thought. That trail was missing some trail actually. The last 1,000 foot down. See, 4.89 miles, 4 hours and 21 minutes. I thought I'd do it in 3 hours, and I thought it was only 4 miles, but that part of the trail I skipped on the way up to do something different was missing on the way back. I thought it'd be quicker, and it was much, much harder with the deadfall and long downhill, a lot of rocks the size of, I don't know, tennis balls just all over. You had to be real careful every step you took, and it was all downhill. So anyway, I think I'm gonna head into Pagosa, grab a burger, head back up here, get that pack off my body for a while, and get in somewhere tonight. This was a terrible idea, but I'm down here. Not what it looked like on the map. Looked like a nice meadow, big north-facing slopes, which I guess it is. Maybe something will come down, but I don't like this spot at all. In fact, I was going to come down here and camp for the rest of the trip and hike further, but it is nasty. And I don't even think I'm going to sleep here tonight. I think I'm going to hunt till dark just because I'm here. And I'm going to walk out. It's only a little over a mile to the truck, but it's up there. I'll just take it slow, and I don't want to sleep down in these sticks. I don't have any enthusiasm to hunt it in the morning, so maybe. I think a bear would have to be down here or something, but I didn't even see any sign really. I have seen a few mule deer tracks, but not a lot. Check back later. Well, here's the deal. It's been a while since there's been an update, I guess. What would that have been? Tuesday night. Last I talked, I dropped into that hellhole. Ended up being a terrible spot, swampy, buggy. Hunted it till dark, walked out after dark. Wasn't as bad as I thought, because I took a different way walking out, found a deer trail. It was still an hour and 20 minutes in the dark of not a lot of fun, but anyway, drove out of there, went into Pagosa Springs, got a hotel, which was great, but didn't get there till pretty late. Ordered a pizza to the room. I think that showed up at 11. Ate the pizza, had a little whiskey out of my truck, so I had 2 whiskey waters, listening to some music and some podcasts, just relax, and took a shower, of course, which felt great. So good that when I woke up, I actually slept in a little bit. I took full advantage of my hotel room. I woke up, I took a bath again in the morning because they had a cool big bathtub. Anyway, so I was rejuvenated. Drove to this 4th spot up here off Lobo Trail, up near on the divide, I guess. Started out high at 12,000 and just kind of traversed it. So I'm about 4 miles in. Glass tonight. Saw probably 7 or 8 mule deer for once, but I don't think most of them I know were does. The last 2 right at dark were too far and too dark to tell for sure. But anyway, that's where we're at. We're gonna. Oh, the other deal on the trail in here this morning, my right knee started bothering me on certain angles, which that's kind of a first. So I don't want to push it. And I don't know. Tomorrow's Thursday morning. I think my plan is, unless I see something crazy in the morning, I'm just gonna head on back the 5 miles back to the truck and drive to Colorado Springs tomorrow afternoon. Stay at Kyle's Thursday night and head back to Hayes on Friday. I think Bays and Goodman might be back in around Hayes dove hunting for the weekend, and kind of wouldn't mind catching that at this point logistically. Even if I would spot one, I'm a day off, day away from it. see what it does, then make a big move to make a play to get in position. And that's kind of the calculus right now. Just out of time, not wanting to push the knee. So it's been a fun trip, but really tomorrow morning just planning on glassing the sunrise for an hour or two and then packing her up. So I'll make sure to get us some footage of this new area tomorrow morning and hiking out. So anyway, we'll see you. Hey, before I forget, do a gear review on a couple of new things. This is, I'm sure you guys aren't interested in this, but so I remember next year what I liked. First thing, sleeping bag, phenomenal. New Stone Glacier Kilcoot 15. World's different. Can sleep like a baby in this thing. One mod I'd make, might put some Velcro on the bottom. Sometimes, if there's any slope at all, I do slide off this air pad. It would be nice, just Velcro on both, and I don't know if that would work. Keep me on there, or even just a strap to go all the way around, but that seems constraining. Other thing I want to just do is, these boots, like trail runner. Oh, sorry. These Ultra Ego, I guess, trail runners, high top trail runners. It hasn't been wet at all, so I don't know. I imagine they're not that waterproof. Say all weather on them, but they've been great. They're much lighter than my boots. This isn't the one. I was concerned with all the side hill and a lot of side pressure on them, how they'd hold up, but so far so good. But this one here, I don't know if I nicked that. No. Part of me is afraid that these are going to blow out on the trail, but they haven't done it yet. That's the new stuff. What else? Anything else new? Oh, nothing else new. But first idea, I don't know why I didn't think of this before. Camp pillow. This is just a game bag. Carry these in anyway. And inside I've got my down puffy and some other things. I just slip them in the bag, do a single overhand knot at night. Down pillow, no extra weight. It took me way too long to figure it out. I always took little stuff, smaller stuff stacks, and threw some, just clothes in there. But I don't really take extra clothes anymore. I have one item for everything, and the puffy in here. That's the way. Bighorn sheep, pretty hard to tell. I think they're all used kids. I don't have a spotting scope. This is just binoculars. Kind of cool to see them. Well, I think that's it for 2023. Just pulled up the tent. Everything on my back, about 5 miles back to the trailhead. I head to Colorado Springs for the night. Another cool little lake. Still not inclined to jump in it. Saw those same does this morning. Gotta look at the sheep again. But no bucks, so no bucks from the glass for the whole trip. That's a little disappointing, but from a hunting standpoint. But from a backpacking trip, it was awesome. Real cool area, perfect weather. So I'm gonna do some research and figure out a way to find some of these mule deer, because I think it'd be real fun if I could just get on one. Felt like I was in the right places. Just never came across one. There's always next year.